So I'm Helle, originally Haukeshoven, now Kievel, and I'm Dutch, and I came to England in 1976. And I've really enjoyed being in England, working in England, and just having my life here.
So my name is Steve Kievel. I'm a British citizen. I've lived in the UK all my life. Helle and I have been together for about 23 years now and married for about 17 years.
I worked for Marie Curie for 15 years and under two different bosses. Really loved it. It was very international. There were mostly foreign people working there. I felt more British than most of the people in the lab, actually. But we were researching where cancer goes wrong, where the cell starts unravelling itself for no reason whatsoever. The big concern at the moment with the Brexit seems to be that people are reluctant to come and work in the lab industry.
So I think Brexit poses several threats to the scientific research base in this country. The UK is a very attractive place to come and do research. We have very strong science here. And at the moment, with freedom of movement, it's very easy and attractive for people then to come and bring new ideas from other countries here. Brexit threatens that if it becomes much more difficult for people to move around. We also benefit a lot from funding from the EU. The UK gets a disproportionate amount of funding from EU funding sources compared to other countries, again because of the strength of our science base. People say that doesn't matter, our government could replace that money. But that misses the point that, particularly in specialist areas of science, the importance of collaborating across multiple centres in multiple countries to get the critical mass, which just wouldn't be there in one country, even with a science base as strong as ours.
When I was working at the Marie Curie, I had a really good friend, and he threw a party. He invited all his single friends that he knew, and Steve was one of them.
When I first met Helle, I had no idea that she was Dutch. It took a little while when we got talking and she told me a bit about her life history and the way that she travelled around the world. And of course, I met her family, who are much more obviously Dutch. They have Dutch accents, and many of them live in Holland.
Being denied a vote was quite rude, I thought, because I'd lived here for 40 years by then, and I'd really made it my home, and I was really quite adamant that I would want to vote for this. My parents, who live in Forest Row, didn't get a vote either, having Dutch passports, and having lived here since forever. They retired here. They love it. We all love it. It's less flat than Holland. It's a beautiful country, really beautiful people, good sense of humour, and everything about this country ticked all the right boxes for me. It has occurred to me now that I'm different, and before I was just part of Britain.
I don't think that the British government really cares about the position of citizens of other EU countries living here. They pay lip service because they don't want to appear to be behaving in an unfair and unreasonable manner. That would go down badly with the electorate. But from the beginning, when there was talk of EU nationals as bargaining chips in discussions with the EU, it just left a bad taste.
My feeling is that people need to speak out more about this whole situation. All my friends, all my colleagues, all my even British friends are appalled, absolutely appalled and shocked. And I think there should be a revote, and they should include people like me.
So as things stand at the moment, the UK is poised to leave the EU in March of next year. And a lot of people are thinking that's now a foregone conclusion. But it isn't. It's not over yet. I firmly believe that there should be another vote. People say, well, that would be flying in the face of democracy because we've had the vote and, we should get over it. But actually, we know a lot more now, whether we're leavers or whether we're remainers, we know a lot more now about the consequences of Brexit, what it will mean for this country, what it will mean for individuals who've made their lives in this country. And so I think quite the opposite of flying in the face of democracy. It would be good for democracy for people to know that they've got more of the facts to be able to vote again and see whether they come to the same decision.